Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Sandy Fernandez. I'm a registered massage therapist and health coach with a background in anatomy, movement, and nutrition based lifestyle support. I help people live healthier lives, and I especially work with women going through perimenopause and menopause. And why that interests me is because people in midlife who are doing all the right things, they're eating well, moving their body, trying to be consistent, and still feel like nothing is changing. These are the people I especially love working with because I know how frustrating that can be as somebody going through menopause myself. My focus is on restoring metabolic balance using structured nutrition, simple daily habits, and a more strategic approach to how the body functions during midlife transitions. My goal is simple to help you feel more in control of your body and to feel better in your skin again. So, what exactly is metabolic balance? It was developed in Germany by Dr. Wolf, fun fact, over 25 years ago. As a physician, he noticed that many of his patients were struggling with issues like weight gain, inflammation, blood sugar imbalances, and other metabolic health concerns. What made his approach different was that instead of looking for a one size fits all diet, he started looking at the individual. And so he combined a person's health history and lab values with nutritional properties of food to create a personalized nutrition plan. How cool is that? So, at its core, metabolic balance is based on a simple idea that food is information. The foods we eat send signals throughout the body that can either support or disrupt metabolic function. The goal isn't simply weight loss, the goal is to create better metabolic health, improve how the body functions, and allow the body to move toward a healthier weight naturally. So, today the program continues to be supported by physicians, nutrition professionals, and health practitioners around the world. So, this is really what starts to separate metabolic balance from most nutrition programs. There isn't one meal plan that's handed out to everyone. Your plan is built specifically for you. It takes into account your blood work, your health history, and even the foods you enjoy eating. That's important because no two people are exactly alike. So it doesn't make sense that everyone should eat the same way. I like to think of your nutrition plan as a roadmap. Instead of wondering, should I eat this? You have a clear plan that's based on your own body. What I really appreciate about metabolic balance is that it takes so much of the guesswork out of healthy eating. It's stressful, isn't it? Thinking, oh my gosh, is this healthy? Is this healthy? Rather than chasing the latest nutrition trend, you're following a plan that's been designed specifically for you with the goal of helping your metabolism function at its best. And that's what makes this approach so different. So, this plan is based on real food. There are no meal replacements, there's no supplements that you're required to buy, no injections, and no packaged foods that lock you into the program. You're eating foods that you can find at your regular grocery store or local farmer's market. And if you've ever found yourself constantly counting calories or tracking points, you'll appreciate this too. That's not how this program works. Instead, you'll receive clear portion sizes and guidance that's specific to you. Once you get into the rhythm of the program, most people find that eating becomes much simpler because they're no longer trying to figure out what they should eat every day. The idea isn't to make healthy eating more complicated, it's to simplify it using wholesome foods that fit into everyday life. So, what kinds of changes can people expect? Well, the first thing many people notice is that they simply start feeling better. Their energy improves, they don't experience the same highs and lows throughout the day, and as their body begins functioning more efficiently, weight loss often follows. Many people also notice improvements in hormone related symptoms. That might mean fewer cravings, more stable energy, or just feeling like their body is working with them again instead of against them. As nutrition improves, it's also common to see better immune function and fewer illnesses. When you're consistently giving your body the nutrition it needs, it has a much better opportunity to do what it was designed to do. For people living with conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or type 2 diabetes, some are able to reduce their medications under the guidance of their physician as their health improves. That's always a conversation to have with your healthcare provider. We never recommend stopping medications on your own. And finally, many people tell me they're sleeping better, their digestion has improved, and they simply feel more like themselves again. It's important to remember that everyone's starting point is different, though. So everyone's journey looks a little different as well. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is helping your body function as well as it possibly can. So, we've talked about some of the changes people commonly experience, but there are a few other benefits that are worth mentioning. One of the things I hear quite often is that people start noticing fewer digestive issues and fewer food sensitivities. Now, that was my case because I used to have a lot of stomach aches and pains on the daily. And my doctor diagnosed me with irritable bowel syndrome. I find that I no longer have that. That was one of the things I noticed was that I no longer have stomach aches, which is amazing. So, while metabolic balance isn't designed to treat allergies, many people find they simply feel better when they're eating the foods that work best for their body. As inflammation settles down, it's also common for people to notice less joint discomfort and improved mobility. They wake up feeling less stiff, have fewer aches and pains, and just feel more comfortable moving through their day. Another thing that surprises people is that they often spend less money on groceries. You're buying simple whole foods instead of specialty products, snack foods, or takeout. So many clients tell me the program ends up paying for itself over time. Research and clinical experience have also shown benefits for people living with conditions like PCOS, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. Again, every person is different, but improving in metabolic health can have a positive impact on many aspects of overall health. And finally, that's really the goal of metabolic balance. This isn't about following another diet for a few weeks. It's about creating habits that you can realistically maintain so you can support your health and your weight for the long term. Now that you have a better understanding of what metabolic balance is, let's talk about how it works. It's based on 8 very simple rules. They're not meant to be complicated. They're designed to help your body respond to food in a way that supports better metabolic health. At first, these rules may seem a little different from what you're used to, and that's completely normal. But once you understand the reasoning behind them, they become surprisingly easy to follow. So, as we go through each one, I'm going to explain each rule, but I'm also going to explain the why behind it. Because I find when we know the why behind it, it makes it much easier to stick with the program and see the results you're looking for. So, let's start with rule number one, eating 3 meals a day. Now, I know this might sound different from what you've heard before. I mean, for years we've been told that eating every 2 or 3 hours keeps our metabolism going, but metabolic balance takes a different approach. So instead of constantly eating throughout the day, the goal is to build 3 balanced meals that provide your body with exactly what it needs. Then we give the body time to digest, absorb those nutrients, and prepare for the next meal. One of the things I love about this approach is that it shifts the focus away from constantly thinking about food. Instead of asking yourself, oh, can I have this snack? Or what am I going to eat next? You begin trusting that your meals are enough. That naturally brings us to the next question. Why does metabolic balance recommend waiting 5 meals between meals? The 5 hour break gives your body enough time to digest and absorb the nutrients from one meal before asking it to process the next. After you eat, Your body begins breaking down food and absorbing nutrients. At the same time, insulin rises exactly as it's supposed to, helping move glucose and other nutrients into your cells where they can be used for energy or stored for later. As your body finishes processing that meal, insulin gradually begins to come back down. Once your digestive system has finished most of its work, it enters what's called the migrating motor complex. I like to think of it as your digestive system's housekeeping crew. It creates gentle waves through the stomach and small intestine that help move along any remaining particles, bacteria, and debris, helping prepare your digestive tract for the next meal. One of the things people are often surprised by is that they're simply not hungry. Because each meal is balanced specifically for you, most people find they feel satisfied between meals and stop thinking about food all day long. So the 5 hour break isn't about deprivation, it's about giving your body the opportunity to digest, absorb, and reset before the next meal. Third rule: you got to finish your meal within 60 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean you have to rush through your food. In fact, I encourage people to slow down, chew mindfully, and enjoy their meal. The idea is simply that your meal should have a clear beginning and a clear end. We don't want to be picking at our food for an hour and a half or 2 hours because every time we continue eating, we're extending the digestive process and the hormonal response that goes along with it. By finishing your meal within about an hour, your body can fully shift into digestion. Then, once the meal is complete, the 5 hour break begins and your body can move through the natural digestive cycle we talked about in the previous slide. So think of it this way: enjoy your meal, eat mindfully, but once you're finished until your next meal. Rule number 4: begin every meal with 1 or 2 bites of your protein. This is another simple habit that's unique to metabolic balance. Whether your protein is eggs, yogurt, fish, chicken, or beef, simply take a bite or two before eating the rest of your meal. You don't need to finish all of your protein first. Just begin with a couple of bites, then enjoy the rest of your meal as usual. Like many of these rules, it may seem like a small detail, but when all 8 rules are followed together, they help create the foundation of the program. The fifth rule is to eat only one protein source per meal and choose 3 different protein sources throughout the day. This is one of the unique principles of the Metabolic Balance program. So if you have eggs for breakfast, chicken for lunch, and fish for dinner, you follow this rule perfectly. What we don't want to do is combine different protein sources in the same meal, like chicken and cheese or eggs and yogurt. The program is designed around the idea that eating one protein source per meal and varying your proteins throughout the day helps optimize the use of amino acids and supports your metabolism. It may sound a little different at first, but once you begin planning your meals, it quickly becomes part of your routine. Sixth rule is avoid eating after 9 p.m. if possible. You'll notice the words if possible are there for a reason. Life doesn't always fit into a perfect schedule, does it? And if you work evenings or shifts, we'll adjust your meal timing accordingly. The goal isn't the clock itself, the goal is to finish eating early enough to give your body a longer overnight break from digestion before breakfast the next day. For many people, that overnight fasting period supports the body's natural rhythms and helps set them up for the next day's meals. So don't stress if 9 p.m. isn't realistic for you. Whenever possible, simply aim to have your last meal earlier in the evening. And rule number 7: you drink your prescribed amount of water every day. So every metabolic balance plan includes a personalized daily water prescription, and it's an important part of the program. Water supports virtually every function in the body, including digestion, circulation, nutrient transport, temperature regulation, and kidney function. Throughout the program, we recommend drinking your prescribed amount of still water each day. Staying well hydrated helps support your body's normal metabolic processes and overall health. One of the easiest ways to stay on track is to keep a water bottle with you throughout the day and sip consistently between meals. And the final eighth rule is enjoy one apple each day as part of one of your meals. Metabolic Balance recommends choosing an older variety of apple whenever possible, such as a Granny Smith. It may seem like a simple recommendation, but it's an intentional part of the program. And another example of how the plan focuses on whole, nutrient dense foods. Remember, your apple is eaten with a meal, not as a snack. And now that you've seen all eight rules, let's take a look at why they work together and how they help support better metabolic health. The goal isn't simply to tell you when or what to eat. That's not what metabolic balance is about. The goal is to help your body become more metabolically flexible. Metabolic flexibility simply means your body's ability to switch between burning glucose after a meal and burning stored body fat between meals. The hormone that controls that switch is insulin. So let's spend a few minutes understanding why insulin is so important. As soon as insulin stays elevated for long periods of time, it doesn't just affect blood sugar. It has a ripple effect throughout the body, influencing many other hormones and metabolic processes. You'll see that illustrated over the next few slides. One change that's commonly associated with chronically elevated insulin is an increase in cholesterol. We also tend to see higher triglycerides, which are another form of fat circulating in the bloodstream. Elevated insulin is also associated with the activation of our stress response, increasing hormones like adrenaline. And alongside adrenaline comes cortisol, another stress hormone that, when elevated over time, can contribute to, you guessed it, cravings, poor energy regulation, and difficulty losing weight. At the same time, hormones that support recovery can move in the opposite direction. Melatonin, our primary sleep hormone, may be reduced, which can affect sleep quality. We may also see lower levels of DHEA, an important hormone that's involved in producing many of the sex hormones and supporting healthy aging, and human growth hormone. That can also decrease. This hormone plays an important role in tissue repair, recovery, preserving lean muscle, and supporting fat metabolism. And when insulin stays elevated, the body's ability to access stored body fat is reduced. Instead of burning stored fat for fuel, the body relies more heavily on the glucose that's coming in from the food we eat. Insulin is one of the body's key metabolic hormones, and in this program, it's the hormone we focus on because of its central role in regulating fuel storage and fuel use. In other words, it has a major influence on whether we're primarily storing energy or burning it. So let's look at what happens when we eat frequently throughout the day. Every time we eat, particularly carb containing foods, our blood sugar rises and insulin is released. Every food has what's called a glycemic load, which influences how much our blood sugar and insulin increase. On this graph, each peak represents a meal or a snack. As you can see, eating 6 times a day creates repeated spikes in blood sugar and insulin. Because insulin remains elevated for much of the day, the body spends less time accessing stored body fat for fuel. Instead, it continues relying on the glucose coming in from food. Now compare that with eating 3 well-balanced meals spaced throughout the day. We still see healthy rises in blood sugar after meals. That's completely normal. But now there are much longer periods between meals where insulin has a chance to come back down. Those longer dips are important because that's when the body can more easily switch into burning stored fat for fuel. This is what we call metabolic flexibility, the ability to move efficiently between burning glucose after a meal and burning stored fat between meals. Research shows that for many people, this pattern supports steadier energy, more stable blood sugar, and improved fat metabolism. And that's one of the reasons metabolic balance emphasizes 3 structured meals a day. So, how do we actually help the body move toward better metabolic flexibility? Metabolic balance does this through four carefully designed phases. Each phase has a specific purpose, and together they create a gradual, sustainable transition rather than a quick fix. The first phase is the preparation phase. This is a gentle 2 day reset designed to prepare the body for the program. They still eat 3 meals per day, but the meals are intentionally lighter and very easy to digest. The goal isn't rapid weight loss, it's simply to prepare the body before moving into the nutrition plan. Phase two is what I call the learning phase because this is where clients begin following their personalized nutrition plan exactly as prescribed. Every food on the plan is being selected specifically for that individual. The recommendations are based on a detailed health questionnaire, medical history, lifestyle factors, personal preferences, and comprehensive blood work. So rather than following a generic diet, each client receives a plan that's individualized to support their own metabolism. This phase is where most people begin noticing improvements in energy, cravings, blood sugar stability, digestion, and often body composition as well. Phase three is the relaxed phase. Once you've reached this stage, we gradually introduce more flexibility by expanding your food choices and helping you navigate restaurants, holidays, and social events. You'll learn how your body responds to different foods while maintaining the healthy habits you've developed. The goal is to help clients learn how to enjoy real life while continuing to support the habits they've already built. We stay in this phase until the client's desired health goals have been achieved. Phase four is the final phase, it's maintenance, and this is where the real success of the program is measured. By this point, the goal isn't simply maintaining a number on the scale, it's maintaining the healthy habits, the stable energy, improved relationship with food, and overall well being that clients have developed throughout the program. This phase is ongoing, and my role is to continue providing guidance and support whenever it's needed so those results become sustainable for life. So once your plan is complete, you receive your own personalized food list. No two food lists are exactly the same because they're created using your all the credentials that we noted before, such as your blood work and your health history, etc. Every meal in metabolic balance is built around a quality protein source. And depending on your individual plan, you may have options such as fish, poultry, lean meats, yogurt, legumes, nuts, and seeds, or other approved proteins. So you can appreciate there's a lot of variety. You're not eating always the same foods every day. You've got choices within your list, making it easy to enjoy different meals while staying on the plan. You've also got your list of carbs, which is just as personalized as your protein choices. And for most people, the foundation is a wide variety of vegetables along with fruit, and in many cases, whole grain rye bread. Depending on your individual needs, your plan may also include additional carb options such as potatoes, wild rice, or oatmeal. The important thing to remember is that these foods aren't chosen randomly. They're selected specifically for your body and your metabolism based on your blood work and overall health profile. You're never left wondering what to cook. I will provide you with recipes, meal ideas, and ongoing guidance so you can confidently put your plan into practice. Now, let's look at what a typical day on metabolic balance might look like. You'll receive 9 sample meal suggestions to help you get started, so you'll have plenty of variety right from day one. These meal suggestions are simply examples of how your plan is going to look like. You won't be eating the same meals every day. In the beginning, I encourage clients to follow their meal plan as it's written. This helps establish the routine and allows you to become familiar with the program. As you progress, we can gradually introduce more flexibility. If you'd like to enjoy one of your approved foods at a different meal, I can adjust your plan so the portions remain appropriate while still following the principles of metabolic balance. So, one of my favorite parts of this program is that there's no guessing. Once your personalized plan is created, you know exactly which foods work best for your body, and you won't be figuring it out on your own. I'll be here every step of the way. One question I hear a lot is, does this actually work? Before we talk about success rates, it's important to understand how success is actually defined. In weight management, long term success isn't simply losing weight, it's maintaining at least a 5% reduction in your original body weight for a minimum of 1 year. So, based on that definition, metabolic balance has one of the highest long term success rates reported for nutrition programs, with studies showing approximately 60 to 80% of participants successfully maintaining their results. It's also the only nutrition program available in more than 35 countries with a long term success rate above 50%. By comparison, Weight Watchers has reported long term maintenance rates of approximately 22%. I believe one of the reasons for these results is that metabolic balance isn't about dieting. It's about restoring metabolic health and creating sustainable habits that people can realistically maintain for life. Another question that I get: how much weight can I expect to lose? Everyone's body responds differently, so results will vary depending on factors such as age, hormones, medications, activity level, and overall health. During the initial 16-day reset phase, many people lose approximately 5 to 8% of their starting body weight. After that, a realistic expectation is about 1 to 2% of body weight per week until a healthy goal weight is reached. For example, someone starting at 180 pounds might lose approximately 9 to 14 pounds during the reset phase, followed by roughly 1.5 to 3.5 pounds per week afterward. The goal, again, it isn't rapid weight loss. It's steady, sustainable progress while improving overall health, energy, and metabolic function. If everything you've heard today resonates with you, the next step is simple. We'll begin with a comprehensive consultation where we'll discuss your health history, your lifestyle, your goals, and whether metabolic balance is the right fit for you. Throughout the program, you'll receive personalized guidance, regular accountability, progress check ins, and ongoing support. My role as your coach is to guide you every step of the way so you're never trying to figure things out on your own. I'll also explain how the program works, answer all of your questions, and review the investment so you'll know exactly what to expect before making any decisions. Our first appointment is all about getting to know you. We discuss your health goals, your medical history, your lifestyle, and what's brought you to this point. We'll look at what has and hasn't worked for you in the past so we can create a plan that's truly personalized to you, not just another generic diet. So this is what would happen on your first appointment, right? We'll review the 4 pillars of health: nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress, because lasting health comes from addressing the whole person, not just the food on your plate. At the end of this appointment, you'll receive your welcome package, your intake forms, and your blood work requisition so we can begin creating your personalized metabolic balance plan. So then, on your second appointment, once your blood work has been analyzed and your personalized plan has been created, we'll meet again over Zoom or WhatsApp for your second appointment. This is one of the most exciting sessions because I'll walk you through your plan page by page, making sure you understand exactly how everything works before you begin. We'll review the first 2 phases in detail, discuss meal timing, portion sizes, and how to set yourself up for success from day one. You'll also choose your official start date, and once you begin, we'll stay in close contact throughout those important first couple of weeks. You'll never be left wondering if you're doing something correctly. I'm only a message away. After you've completed the first phases of the program, we'll meet again on your third appointment to review your progress and celebrate everything you've accomplished so far. This appointment is about learning from your experience. We'll talk about what's been working well, any challenges you've encountered, and how you're feeling both physically and mentally. We'll also introduce phase 3, where we begin adding a little more flexibility while still protecting the progress you've made. I'll guide you through those changes so you can continue building confidence without feeling overwhelmed. So, around the 6 week mark, we'll check in again to evaluate your results and make sure everything is moving in the right direction. This appointment focuses on long term success. We'll review your lifestyle habits, discuss any obstacles you've encountered, and make adjustments if needed to keep you progressing. By this stage, the goal isn't just weight loss, it's creating routines that feel sustainable and fit naturally into your everyday life. By the time we reach the fifth appointment, you're completing phase four and beginning the transition into long term maintenance. We'll celebrate everything you've achieved, review your overall progress, and develop a plan that helps you maintain your results well beyond the program. My goal has never been for you to depend on me forever. It's to give you the knowledge and confidence to understand your own body, make informed choices, and maintain your results for years to come. In addition to our scheduled appointments, you'll also receive weekly accountability check ins throughout the program. These check ins are designed to keep you motivated, answer your questions, and help us identify small challenges before they become bigger obstacles. Sometimes it's simply celebrating a win. Other times it's making a small adjustment that keeps your momentum going. Many clients tell me that this ongoing support is one of the biggest reasons they are able to stay consistent and achieve lasting results. Everything you need to be successful is included in the program. That includes your blood work, your personalized metabolic balance nutrition plan developed using your lab results, your body composition assessments, 3 months of personalized coaching, weekly accountability, and unlimited email, text, and call support throughout your journey. It also includes a bioelectrical impedance scale, which will be mailed to you. One of the things I love most about this program is that it isn't designed to become another cycle of dieting. The goal is to teach you exactly what works for your unique body so you can confidently maintain your results long after the program is complete. The investment for the complete program is $1,499 plus tax, and payment plans are available if needed. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about metabolic balance. I hope this presentation has helped you understand how different this program truly is and why it's designed to create lasting, sustainable change rather than another quick fix. If you have any questions at all, I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me by phone or email. You can text me, and we can schedule your complimentary consultation. I look forward to helping you take the next step toward better health. Thank you again, and I hope to connect with you soon. Bye.